This is yung first chapter or first lesson sa marketing analytics, which is about slicing and dicing ng marketing data with pivot tables. So, as a marketing professionals, magkakaroon kayo ng large data set and ano or paano ninyo magagamit itong large data set na you have an entire Excel sheet ng various information. So, dito, we will slice and dice it sa loob mismo ng spreadsheet. So, kaya natin to gagawin, it is for us to be able to gain important marketing insights. Yung Excel pivot tables enables you to quickly summarize and describe yung data in many different ways. So in this chapter, we will demonstrate how to use pivot tables and perform the following. So una dito is we will examine sales volume and percentage by store, month, and product type. And then we will analyze yung influence ng weekday, yung seasonality, at yung overall trend sa sales. So this is about timelines. If you can recall yung sa predictive and prescriptive analytics, meron tayong time analysis, yung ganyan. So, we will analyze that too here. And then, we will investigate yung effect ng marketing promotion sa sales. And then, determine the influence ng demographics such as yung age, income, gender, at yung geographic location sa likelihood na this customer will purchase. So, gamitin natin yung demographics information na to. So now, ang una natin gagawin is to analyze sales. So, in this section, we will learn how to analyze this data using Excel pivot tables and sasagutin natin yung mga following question na to. So, what percentage of sales occur at each store? What percentage naman yung sales during each month? How much revenue yung na-generate ng product? And then, which products generate 80% of the revenue? So, sasagutin natin to using pivot table. So, here's our sample data para i-demonstrate paano gamitin yung pivot table. So, click anywhere here sa dataset ninyo, then insert pivot table. So, as you can see here, naka-highlight siya. So, ulitin lang natin yung pagkaka-highlight para alam niyo paano siya gawin. Tapos, always choose new worksheet para hindi magulo tong existing na worksheet na to. Then, click OK. So, this is our pivot table. So, wala pa siyang laman. And then, we have this data dito sa right. So, if you click product, month, store, and price, lahat naman lalabas. Okay? Ngayon, dito sa price, kailangan numeric value siya. Kasi kung hindi siya numeric value, magiging count siya. Or magiging zero. Walang lalabas na information. So, kailangan, clearly, this value is numeric. Okay, ito. So, nakikita nyo dito. Dito sa cell, it is a numeric value. Hindi siya text value. Yan. So, once you click yung price, alam na agad ng Excel na this is something to be computed. So, this is a numeric value where we can compute the sum nitong mga numbers na to. Okay? Then, clearly, hindi maayos yung presentation if iwanan natin siyang ganito ang itsura. So, how do we make sense of this? Pwede natin i-click lang yung product. And then, ibig sabihin nito, if ganito yung itsura niya or ganito yung look niya, this is the total ng adhesive from this sheet. Okay, so adhesive, ito total niyan. To verify this, we can double-click And then lalabas, halimbawa itong safety 2, lahat ng price ng safety 2 during February, May from uptown and downtown. So, we have 30. Ilan ba nakalagay dito? 30. So, lahat ng to, you can verify by double-clicking yung data. Okay? Kahit i-delete natin to, we can delete this eh. Ayan o. Permanently delete, yes. We can delete this. Okay. Then, balik tayo dito. And then, we want to see again. Lalabas lang siya ulit. So, walang loss talaga ng information. Okay? So, delete natin to para hindi masyadong maraming sheet. Okay. Ngayon, ang gusto natin malaman is yung store, yung uptown and downtown store. Ano yung total sales nila? So, right now, ang total sales niya is $123.5. Okay? This is just sample value. So, double check. Ito yung mga sales sa downtown. Okay? At ano naman ang mga sales sa uptown. Yan. We have those information. Okay? So, yan yung use na pivot table if you just want to get the sum. But if gusto mo yung other values, you can click here dito sa values portion and then value field settings. You can change it like something na dito, this is the summarized value. So, we summarize it as sum. Diba? Sum ng values given. You can also choose count. Ano lalabas na count? Tingnan natin. How many sales? This is the count of sales. To check, yan yung sales ng product. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tama? 7 sales ng product. Pero, if you can interpret it, bakit siya mahalaga? Better. Dun sa gagawin ninyong corporate report. So, binilang ninyo kung gaano kadaming items or kasi lahat na i-cover niya yung may price. So, lahat ng may price sa downtown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lahat ng may price sa downtown. So, easy to say, lahat ng sales sa downtown. Ito naman, lahat ng price sa uptown. So, to check, how many prices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, that's how many sales sa downtown. Price is synonymous sa sales, diba? If may gusto pa kayong makakuhang information, change this again. Tapos, show value as. Then, right now, wala siyang calculations. You can also choose to get the percentage ng column. Okay? Or percentage ng row. So, yung column, ito, di ba? Yan natin. If this is the column, yung percentage niya must be 100. So, halos pareha siya ng row. Pag dito naman, tingnan natin. If it is column, yung 100%, kinuha ninyo yung percentage ng downtown and uptown. If it is row, total, pareha siyang 100%. 100% from downtown kasi wala naman siyang ibang elements. Kung lalagyan natin siya ng other elements like yung product, yan, sa bawat isa, it's still 100% kasi how many, walang ibang magdi-divide sa kanila, walang ibang division. So, better to interpret this, the better way to interpret this is to get the column total. Yan. So, ayan. We have the grand total of both two stores. And then from 46%, saan galing ito, yung sales niya. So, ito yung item from downtown and these are the items from up, down, then we can clearly see sino yung highest rated or ano yung highest rated na product. Okay? You can explore this sa value field setting kung ano yung gusto ninyong makuha ang information. Try natin yung average. Yan. So, it does not make sense. Average of price. Diba? This is 198, 100. It does not make sense. So, tanggalin natin, palitan natin ng information, store. And then, average price. Okay, pwede natin siyang ayusin pa. Kasi this information does not make sense. So, show value as, tanggalin natin yung calculation para hindi siya magulo. So, ang average price is 7 for adhesive. Average is 12. So, we can check. Ibig sabihin, hindi nagbago. Yung presyo ng safety is walang ibang input. So, walang ibang presyo that will be computed to get average. So, it is as it is. Right? Kapag meron, hindi kukunin niya, divide it by the total numbers. Summarize and then divide the total sales, ganun. Tapos, tandaan niyo kapag meron kayong calculation dito, tapos may iba rin yung dito nyo sa summarize values by, yung data na makukuha niyo or yung interpretation na makukuha niyo will not make sense. So, piliin natin yung max. Okay? So, ano yung max dito? Yung maximum price. Wala din namang ibang maximum price. Okay? Then, balik tayo sa sum ng price. Sum ng nabentang adhesive. Again, ayan siya. We can clean this worksheet by deleting this detail. Hindi naman din siya mawawala. Okay? Balik tayo dito sa information. Kapag gagawa kayo ng corporate report, ano ba ang pinakamahalaga na interpretation that you can give? So, pwedeng ito, yan, you can copy this. Okay. And then, ilagay niyo siya into a presentation style. Pwede niyo siyang gawing, let's see. Ayan, so this is a blank PowerPoint. Okay. Balikan natin yung pivot table natin. So, copy this. Okay. Napunta tayo dito sa PowerPoint. And then, you can paste it like this, like an image. Diba? So, maayos na siya agad. Or the other way, yan. So, choose whichever. And then, tell us what is in this information. So, kapag image siya, may makikita pa kayo dito na drop down. Paano kung ganito siya? Diba? Yung table itself. Okay? Kailangan nyo na lang siyang to make it presentable. Diba? Readable. Hindi lang kayo basta magka-copy and paste. May ayusin nyo din siya. Ganyan. So, with that, with this demonstration, we can now provide yung analysis ninyo about this information. So, palitan nyo siya dito, like items. And then, sales. Total sales per items. Okay. So, that's how to create a corporate presentation. Tapos, syempre, lagyan nyo siya ng design. Okay. Pwede kayong humanap dito ng design that will complete the look of your presentation. Okay. Next is, so, ano pa pwede natin ma-explore dito na views? we can delete the pivot table itself. Okay. Delete pivot table. So, nawala na siya. But you can still create another one. Okay, delete. Yung sheet na to. Pag may changes kayo, halimbawa, sinasabi ko sa inyo, this is a numeric value. Gawin natin siyang text value. Okay. So, gawa tayong pivot table. So, insert pivot table. New worksheet. Okay. Pakita ko sa inyo. Yan. Sum of price. Tingnan natin if okay. Nakuha pa rin niya as a data. Kung lalagyan natin siya ng space, hindi na siya magiging accurate. Okay. So, refresh natin. Nagbago yung information niya, diba? Kasi, this one is now a categorical or something na hindi na siya numeric kasi may space siya. Yan. Pag ni-remove natin yung space, tingnan natin kung magbabago yung information. Hindi, diba? Kasi still, naka-text format siya. So, you need to convert this into number. Convert to number. These two. Yan. And then, dito sa pivot table, refresh niyo, nag-move din yung information niya. So, make sure na dito sa dataset niyo na yung value na to, yung price, yung sales, basta money, is in numeric data. Bukod sa product, this one, the product and sa store, we can also get yung sales percentage per month. So, choose month and then price. Yan yung total niya per month. The sum of sales per month. Okay? Then, let's go again dito sa value field setting. So, we can we will choose yung percentage of column total. Okay. So, yan. Mas madali nating nakita na yung August, yung August and February, yung profitable na month. Okay, you can copy this information. Okay, copy. Then, punta tayo dito sa PowerPoint natin, new slide. And then, another way to paste this information is to keep the source formatting. So, kita ninyo, this is still a table. Niretain natin yung source formatting. Okay? Make this readable. Tapos, palitan nyo to ng name na months. And then, sales. Sales percent. Okay? And then, you create your own interpretation. Okay, balik tayo dito. So, kung gusto nyo tanggalin yung percentage, punta tayo sa show value as no calculation. Then, this is the sum na sales for the month. Gusto nyo siyang side by side, you can still do what we done kanina. Okay. Yan. Then, fix these titles like once again. Once and then 6. Okay. using yung heading, ay yung title ng table. Ayan, na-column, title. Okay? Side by side. Then, you can now explain. So, ilagay siya sa kabilang slide. Okay? Just explain what this is about. Create a formal or corporate style layout. So, pili tayo dito ng design. Gusto nyo ba ng ibang layout? Or gusto nyo pumili kayo sa Canva. Tama ba to? Water droplets. Hindi naman siya mukhang professionally made, diba? You can yan, find layouts here. Lalagay nyo ba siya dito? So, nagtuturo na rin ako ng PowerPoint. Ganyan. Anyway. So, yan. Find. Make this as presentable as you can. Meron din tayong design suggestion dito. Pwede kayong pumili. Okay? We can still add some information here. So, kanina, magkahiwalay natin kinuha yung sum of price and yung percentage. Ngayon, pwede natin siyang pagsamahin. So, i-click nyo dito again yung sum of price. Yan, sum of price to siya. Tapos, ang gawin natin, value field setting. Palitan natin siya. Lagay natin percentage of sales. Actually, pwede nyo nga palitan. Hindi ko pala nabanggit. Tapos, palitan nyo siya na percentage of column total. Okay? Then, click OK. So, yan yung percentage niya. So, you can check 20, February, and then August is 20. It's the same percentage. Pwede nyo itong palitan ng information. So, sales total. Total. Okay? Ayan. Mas ano na siya, mas comparative yung information niya. Okay? Sa data analysis, meron din tayong tinatawag na the Pareto Principle. Okay? We can say na how do we analyze this? Like 20% ng mga nangyayari causes 80% of the output. So, most companies, they want to find out ano yung 20% ng mga products that generates 80% of their sales. So, yan yung Pareto Principle. So, this is the cost, yung 20%, 80% is the effect. Generates around 80% of their sales. Another example ng Pareto Principle is sino tong 20% ng population that has 80% of the national income. Parang ganyan. Or, this another example. Sa lahat ng problem ng customers, ano yung 20% that causes it? So, we can find this using pivot table. Yan. This is our data again. So, hindi pa tayo lumalayo dito. So, we want to find out yung Pareto Principle or yung 80-20% rules dito. So, ano ang gagamitin natin information? Months ba? Or the product itself? So, palitan natin to ng product. Okay? Konti lang yung product niya, no? Month store. Sige. Dito tayo sa product, kahit napaka-konti lang niya. Tapos, ang gagawin natin dito is, punta tayo dito sa value filters. And then, we select the top. Ngayon, let's select 80. Tap 80%. Gawin natin siya. 80%. This is items. So, palitan natin siya ng percent ng sales total. Okay, try natin sales total and let's see. So, ayan, top 80% ng sales is galing sa tatlong item. Ito. So, these are the top 80% ng revenue. So, i-mark nga natin kung ano ba talaga ang percentage niya if hindi natin siya i-filter. So, value filters, clear filter natin. Siya nga, yung may pinakamataas na sales percentage. So, that's the top 80. If you have a large number of data or a really big data set, tapos, if you feel like na yung arranging the data in row or columns would clutter the pivot table, you may use this report filter and slicers. Gawin natin yung report filter and slicer in a beginning stage. So, ito yung pivot table na walang naka-check. So, una natin gagawin is yung month field, ito, ilalagay natin siya sa row labels. And then, yung store field, ilalagay natin siya sa column labels or sa columns. And then, yung price field, ilalagay natin siya sa value zone. Yan. And then, yung product, ilalagay natin siya sa filter zone. Okay. So, ganyan itsura niya. Tapos, etong tawag dito is yung report filter. Kasi ito yan, filter, report. Tapos, we can select kung ano yung gusto nating lumabas lang. So, select multiple. Pwede i-uncheck natin to. You can select 2 items. And then, lalabas yung report niya. As you can see, month, yung total niya for month. And hindi natin alam kung ano siya dyan. So, actually, we are blind. So, select again this checkbox para lahat ng item pumasok. Ngayon, how can we improve this data? So, pwede natin i-select dito sa insert yung slicer. So, itong slicer. Tapos, we can choose ano yung gusto natin na makuha yung mga information. Okay? Pwede natin i-select yung product. Ito yung lahat ng list ng product. And then, lalabas siya. So, adhesive for month of March and July, ito yung sales niya sa Uptown. Yan. And then, dito naman sa safety, ito ang sales niya sa Downtown, month of September. Safety 2, dalawang store, may sales siya for the month of February and May. So, madali siyang ma-filter. You can clearly see kung kailan siya mabenta at saang store siya nabebenta or saang store siya madalas mabenta. Okay? So, this is our data set para sa isang bakery. So, ito yung sales niya. And then, if gumamit siya ng promotion or not. Ngayon, gusto natin malaman, gusto natin mag-trends analysis, gusto natin malaman anong pinakamabentang weekday. And then, we will check, counter-check later. Pero right now, meron lang tayong dates. Pero hindi natin alam kung anong weekday ito. Okay? First, ang gagawin natin is to get the numeric value ng dates na to. Numeric value, ibig sabihin, itong date na to, if it is Monday, 1 siya. Yung parang ganyan. So, let's use this formula, weekday, tapos itong date, na gusto natin to figure out kung anong day of the week siya, then we can select any from this. Pero ako, pipiliin ko na yung number 1 is equal to Monday, and 7 naman is Sunday. So, I will select this 2. Okay? Then, close parenthesis. And then, double click. So, meron akong identity. Meron tayong January 1 is Wednesday. January 2 is Thursday. So, gawa tayo ng legend. So, 1 bilang Monday, yung pinili ko kanina. Okay. So, Monday hanggang Sunday. Tapos, yung kanyang numeric value. Yan. So, we have 7 as Sunday. And then, pangalanan natin itong yan, cell ranges na to. We can define it here. Define name. Tapos, papangalanan ko siyang loop day. Okay. So, gawin natin yung days. Name days. Okay. Nagawa ko na daw yung loop day. So, name days. Okay. So, dito, para maging word siya, gawin natin, gamitin natin yung VLOOKUP na formula. And then, saan ko siya, ito muna pala, yung value na gusto natin hanapin. So, VLOOKUP, then yung value na gusto hanapin, and then saan natin siya hahanapin, gawin natin siyang name days. Okay? Tapos, ano yung sinelect ko kanina na value, di ba? So, 2. Yun yung pinili ko kanina. So, we can check it. Wednesday. Kasi 2 yung value nito, di ba? So, yung value na pinili ko dito is 2 kasi siya yung magsisimula ang Monday is to 1. So, it is correct. Wednesday. Then, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so on. Ngayon naman, gamitin natin itong dataset na to that we created para sa pivot table. Okay, so, insert, and then pivot table, then new worksheet. Okay, so mas marami na itong laman ngayon. Okay, if you will check everything, ganito siya kagulo. Okay, so, it does not make sense yung ganitong data presentation. So, to make it make sense, yung day week, this one, ilalagay natin siya sa rolling bells zone, and then each product, ilalagay natin siya sa value zone. So, we will have this kind of information. So, bawat product. Kasi, diba, bawat product kanina may sales. Okay. Pwede na natin siya i-check na ganyan naman. Automatic na rin naman. Okay. So, yung Sunday, every Sunday, yung sales ng cake nandito. So, naka-summarize na siya agad per day of the week. So, balikan natin itong original dataset natin. So, Wednesday, ilan yung Wednesday? 2. Sunday, 2 din. So, 2 weeks of data yung meron tayo right now. Okay? And then, meron tayong sum. Gusto ba natin yung sum, yung information na meron tayo, or yung average sales? If gusto natin ng average sales, iisa-isahin natin to. So, para tayo dito sa value field setting, and then get the average. So, average sales, per day of the week, lalabas na yan. So, average of cakes, average ng pies. Kita nyo, automatic siyang napapalitan ng column title. Kasi given naman siya dito. Average ng cookies, then average ng smoothies, and then average ng coffee. Kasi diba erratic naman yung yung sales. So, some businesses prefer nila na makuha yung average data. And then, kailangan yung decimal places lahat is pantay-pantay. Like, if it is 2 decimal, lahat 2 decimal places. Okay? Tapos, we can visualize this data. Ayan. So, to visualize this, punta tayo dito sa insert. Then, select yung pivot chart. And then, we can choose yung type of charts na bagay dito sa report natin. Ayan. So, right now, ang pinaka-visual dito, or yung pinaka-madaling mag-compare is this line chart. Bar chart pwede rin. Pero kung gusto mo talaga makita yung movement, so line chart. Yung piliin natin. And then, meron na siya kagad information here. Yan. Na differences ng sales between different items. So, average ng coffee, the purple one, and, right? So, this is the full screen ng pivot chart. Pag na-experience nyo na ganito, tapos din nyo makita yung options dito sa right side. So, right-click lang kayo dito sa pivot table and then click show field list. Ngayon, papalitan natin yung content ng pivot table natin. So, uncheck natin lahat. Nakikita ninyo gumagalaw dun yung chart. So, yung date field, ito, ilagay natin siya sa rows. Tapos, yung product, yung mga product, nalagay pa rin natin siya sa value zone. So, ayan. So, meron tayong date, okay? And then, yung nabenta. So, nung January 1, ito yung nabenta na cakes, supplies, yan. So, ganyan natin siya mababasa. So, right now, meron lang tayong data for January. If you want to cluster yung data ninyo base sa month, you can choose this group. Tapos, i-check nyo yung month. Ayan, select month and then click OK. So, January lang yung data natin right now. So, for the month of January, ito yung sales, yung total sales ng mga product ng bakery. Okay? If may other month pa, mag-group siya into January, February, March, ganyan, into each month na merong sales. So, to undo this grouping, yan, select ulit yung month na to, then right-click, and then ungroup. So, babalik na siya sa dates niya, yung very specific dates. This time, we will analyze how demographics affect sales. So, yung mga marketing analysts, they need to understand yung type of person who is likely to purchase their product, lalo na sa advertising placement. Saan ba maganda siyang i-launch or ilagay, i-promote, ganyan. Kailangan, kung nasaan yung demographic profile ng kanyang mga buyers, ng customers, dun siya mas advertise para lagi silang updated. Ganyan. So, in this section, we will learn how to use yung pivot table to describe yung demographic profile ng mga bumibili ng certain product. So, this is a sample dataset na gagamitin natin to understand yung demographic profile ng mga customers. Yan. So, meron tayong age, gender, income, and location. Meron na akong naihanda na pivot table. So, we're going to make use of this na lang. Ngayon, first objective natin is to analyze yung age ng mga customers. So, ano yung pwede nating makuhang value dito sa age na meron tayo? So, first, ilagay natin itong age dito sa row labels o sa row zone. Yan. And then, ilalagay din natin siya dito sa value zone. So, unfortunately, ang Excel, ang una niyang hinahanap lagi is sum of age. Ngayon, papalitan natin to kasi gusto natin malaman kung gaano kadami. Hindi yung sum na the Excel system computed automatically. So, we change this in the value field settings and then choose count. Ayan. So, clearly now, we have a count na how many customers yung may ganitong edad. Okay, meron tayong dalawa sa 17 years old, tatlo sa 29, tatlo sa 26. Ngayon, to further improve this generated data, pwede rin natin ma-compare yung count na to into a percentage. So, i-drag natin ulit yung age dito sa values. And then, again, sum pa rin yung ibibigay niya. So, papalitan natin to sa value field setting. And then, piliin pa rin natin yung count. Pero this time, ang objective natin, or ang gusto nating makuha is percentage ng age. So, percentage ng age using count yung sa value field niya. And then, show values as percentage of column total. Then, we click OK. So, now, clearly, we have na yung age, ay yung percentage ng age sa lahat ng customers natin. So, we can check. 2 is 8%, 3 is 12. Okay? So, accurate siya right now. But, we can further group this. So, click anywhere dito sa row labels. Then, right-click. Then, select group. Tapos, ito yung starting age. Ito yung ending age. Starting pinakabata and then the oldest one. We can group this by increment of 10. So, I choose 10. So, yan. Walang overlapping ages. 17 to 26, then 27 to 36. To verify this, you may use calculator. Divide 11 sa 25. Ang lalabas dyan is 44%. So, ano ang interpretation niyo dito? Ano ba ang business nyo? Ano yung niche ng business niyo? And it shows na mas maraming young adults or adolescents yung bumibili dito sa store niyo. And then, explain further, ano ba yung product niyo, ganyan, etc. Bakit gusto nila to, etc. So, let's clean this up na and check natin yung age. So, mawawala lahat na nandito sa fields. Okay, ang i-analyze naman natin ngayon is yung gender ng ating mga customers. So, ilalagay natin itong gender field dito sa columns. Tapos, ilalagay din natin siya dito sa value zone. So, kitang-kita dito. Yan. For female, we have 8. For male, we have 17 at ang grand total niya is 25. So, automatically alam naman natin na mas marami ang male. But, syempre, as something na gusto natin siyang ma-visualize as a percentage. So, palitan natin dito yung count of gender. Tapos, sa value field setting, ang pipiliin natin is show value as sa percentage naman ng row total. Kasi hindi bagay yung column kasi wala namang ibang magde-divide sa pag eto pinili natin yung column. So sa rows tayo, percentage of row total to find out how many percent yung female sa male. Okay? And then we click OK. Yan. So, now, we have this information na mas marami nga yung male sa female. So, ano ba, again, yung niche ng product ninyo. Ang pinakamarami ba na customers is yes, male. So, saan kayo mag-advertise? Sa male-dominated na sector ba or sa female-dominated? Okay, syempre sa male. Kasi you have the data na most of your customers are male. So, choose wisely kung saan yung placement ng advertisement, ng promotions, ganyan, etc. So, this is a clean slate again. This time, we will analyze yung income distribution ng mga customers natin. So, we have here yung income. Ilalagay natin siya sa rows at ilalagay din natin siya sa values. So, keep in mind that these are income in dollars. Okay? Pwede natin siyang gawing dynamic dito. So, ito yung data set niya. Para hindi tayong malito sa income and sa age. So, lagyan natin siya ng currency peso. Ayan. Tapos, refresh natin ito. Cell. So, hindi pa siya nag-refresh. Then, let's click income. Sa rows. So, hindi niya kinuha yung currency. Pero, let's make this into a currency. Para hindi tayo malito na bigla natin isipin na age siya. Na kahit naman may 100 years old, di ba? So, para lang hindi malito, let's make this really explicit na these are money. Tapos, ilagay din natin siya dito sa values. Yan. And then, we want to count how many yung nag-earn ng certain peso, certain income. So, palitan natin sa value field setting, gawin natin siyang count of income. So, sa lahat ng customer ninyo, may isa na earning 30 pesos, dalawa earning 57 pesos. Ganyan. And then, palitan natin siya. Hindi siya dapat currency. It's account. So, general. Yan. Gawin natin siyang general information. Okay, you can actually format this pivot table sa mismong Excel. So, dalawa earning 46, dalawa earning 57. But then, medyo hindi siya corporate format or corporate style. You want to know the percentage. So, kapag gusto natin makita yung percentage, kung gaano siya karami, keep it sa count field. So, again, count, tapos show value as. So, this is a column. So, percentage of column total. And then, click OK. Ayan. So, 8% ng customers are earning 57 pesos. To make this more appealing, like mas madaling maintindihan, we can group this. We can set it sa 7, 6, 5, whatever na kailangan ninyo sa reporting. So, pwede natin ilagay na may mga 7 years age gap, ganyan. Yun yung increment value niya. So, 30 to 36 pesos earning. Okay, these are pesos. Tingnan natin kung pwede natin siyang ilagay into dollar. Hindi na. Kasi, naka-group na siya. So, these are pesos or dollar. Ang nag-earn yan is 4%, 44 to $50 or peso. 16% of your customers are earning this amount of money. Pwede natin siyang palitan. Okay, i-group natin siya ulit into 10. Okay, mas konti na siya. So, 30 to 39, 4% ng customers mo are earning this amount of dollar or peso. Whichever. Okay? So, given na mas marami ang nag-earn ng in between like 40 to $69, pwedeng per arto, whatevs, ganyan, 16 to 20% siya. So, ito yung capacity to pay ng customers ninyo para dun sa sa life niya, and then yung product mo ba, how much is it? Like, $40 ba yung product mo? So, yung hourly rate nila or yung daily rate is equivalent na dun sa amount na or sa presyo ng product mo. So, think about it. What can you do? Pwede nyo ba bawasan yung quality to make it more affordable? Okay? Para mas marami kayong mag-gain na customers. So, with this information, you can think of strategy how to improve your customer base. Ganyan. Or gusto mo i-enhance pa those who are earning na big figures like $100 per hour or ganyan or $100 per day, 'di ba? So, yan. You can use this information to strategize yung product placement ninyo, yung advertising cost ninyo, or your marketing strategy itself. So, this time, we will analyze yung location ng ating mga customers. Okay, dito naman sa pivot table fields, pipiliin natin is location. Ilalagay natin siya sa columns. And then, ilalagay din natin siya dito sa values. So, nag-automate na siya na count of location yung gusto nating value rather than sum. Kasi kakagamit din natin ng count. Yan. Tapos, medyo mahirap siyang basahin kasi yung alignment niya is iba-iba. So, gawin natin siya in middle. So, yan yung better. Tapos, um, clearly we can see na this is the count at pinakamarami sa urban. Pwede natin siya i-compare into percentage. Lagay din natin yung location again dito sa values. So, pwede natin siya i-compare. Yan, dalawa. Or values sa rows. Hindi. Ayan. Meron tayong count of location 2. Instead of count of location 2, ang ilagay natin percent of location. Pero count pa rin yung base niya. Tapos, show value as percent of row total. Okay? So, may count of location tayo and may percent of location tayo. We can check if the count of 12 is equal to 48%. So, equals 12 divided by 25. So, 48.48 which is 48%. So, this is accurate. You can double check yung resulta ng automated na computation ng Excel by doing it manually. So, ngayon, interpret it. Bakit marami ang bumibili sa urban area kaysa sa two other areas? Ano ba ang meron sa store ninyo na wala dito sa two other areas? Bakit almost doubled yung sale nila or doubled from the rural? So, you need to give explanation sa inyong presentation. Ngayon naman, gagawa tayo ng cross-tab analysis of age and income. We want to find something between age and income. So, hindi pa ito yung correlation. We just want to find something na can give us insight. So, una, gagawin natin yung age field o yung age data, ilalagay natin siya dito sa columns data. And then, yung income, ilalagay natin siya sa rows. So, ganyan yung itsura niya. Hindi pa siya naka-grouping. Tapos, ilalagay din natin yung income dito sa values. So, naka-sum siya na income. Okay, kanina, ang binemaintain natin na gamitin is count. Kasi gusto natin makuha yung percentage, diba? So, palitan natin ito ng count. Ayan. So, we have this slightly messy information na para sa okay. So, ang rows is income. Ang columns is age. Kailangan natin tanggalin yung currency ng age. So, kailangan siyang maging general. Yan. Okay, kasi kaka-manipulate natin kanina ng pivot table, nagre-retain siya ng memory. Kaya kailangan din natin siyang inspect na these numbers are currency and these numbers are ages. Ganyan. Okay, meron tayong count of income. So, for the age of 26, dalawa ang may income na $46 per hour. Let's say per hour siya this time. Tapos, para lumiit yung table, kasi isipin nyo, ang dami yung data, tigi isang piraso yan. I-group natin. So, dito sa columns, click anywhere, tapos right click, group natin siya into increments of 10 para lumiit yung kanyang scope. So, starting dun sa pinakamababa, ending sa pinakamalaki. Ayan. Tapos, eto, medyo madami pa rin naman itong sa income side. We can group this into increments of 10 then to maintain yung interval na 10 at sa consistency. So, now we have this. Nawala na yung, yung currency niya kasi naging ranges na siya. So, we have information na para sa edad na 47 to 56, isa ang may income na between 30 to 39. Okay? So, eto, siguro maganda siya for tally. Pero we can still improve this. Again, kasi sa corporate nga, bosses prefer nila is yung percentage. So, change the value field setting. Show value as. So, nasa count pa rin tayo. Tapos, ang pipiliin natin dito is percentage of raw total kesa sa column. Why? Kasi dito, sa column ng 27 to 36, yan, how many percent, ang tatanong pag pinili niyo yung column, this one, anim, yung total niya, diba? How many percent from this is earning this much, earning this much? So, ayan ba ang gusto nating malaman? Yan ba yung purpose natin para dito sa cross-tab analysis? Ang gusto kasi natin i-explore dito is yung income ng bawat age group. So, doon tayo mag-focus sa rows. Itong income side. So, ang pilitin natin is percentage of raw total. And then click OK. So, ang percentage niya is from the grand total na income side. So, dito, isa lang siya. Siya lang ang may income. This one, na between 30 to 39, 100%. We can highlight naman yung important part dito sa pivot table natin. So, select natin yung dataset na gusto natin ma-highlight yung important information. Tapos, punta tayo dito sa conditional formatting, highlight cells rules. Yan. And then, greater than. Select greater than. 0. Select natin yung greater than 0 para i-highlight niya yung merong information. And then, we can select colors that you want. Like yellow, dark, or custom format. Gusto ko lang siya i-highlight na yellow. Then, click select. Then, okay. Ayan. So, kita-kita ngayon dito yung data na, halimbawa, ito, ages 47 to 56. Ang income pala nila is between $30 to $39 per hour. Ganun ba? You can find out a lot of things about this data set. Just be able to explain what it means. Ganyan.